What's up, YouTube world? This is a video for anybody contemplating going to college. What you're gonna find out is once you get to college, all professors aren't created equal. No one professor is the same as another. Some are very caring, dedicated, and understanding. Other ones are asshole, conniving, and demeaning. And this is I'm gonna share with you my personal experience with my worst professor ever. This was actually my first professor um, I ever took a class with in college. Um, it was my English 001 course, which was a mandatory English class that you had to take. All freshmen had to take it, and um, and I had heard about ratemyprofessor.com, but I didn't look into it, and I didn't believe in it. I thought, professors are who they are, and you just have to learn to work around them to understand how their teaching methods work um, and what they expect of you and what you have to do to excel in their class. Bad fucking decision for me, because uh, what you can't expect are people's tendencies and their own personal beliefs and traits. Her name was Professor Bremseth, Marlena Bremseth. And this is at Howard University, freshman year 2007. Um, First class of my first day of school. English 001, come to class, sit down. She comes in about 5 minutes later. The first day I realized she wasn't completely right. I don't know if she's bipolar, but she would joke around and make these stupid fucking jokes that she'd expect you to laugh at. If you didn't laugh at it, she'd automatically catch an attitude, and that attitude would stay throughout the course of the day. Um, the course, it was pretty straightforward. We were gonna have 5 papers, long papers that were due, a project, and weekly papers, as well as routine tests that we'd have to take probably about every 2 weeks or so, or maybe even every week. Um, but every day was the same thing. She would say something stupid and not get the response she was expecting to get, and she'd fucking uh, just just turn into a fucking evil witch. And her personal appearance was that of, I mean, it looked like she had a fucking mop plopped down on her head. Take a mop, cut the handle off, stick it on your head. That's what she looked like. Her shit was straight across, one length around about the middle part of her head. And she always wore these tight fucking like business suits every day. And she comes strolling in her little fucking briefcase on wheels that she'd come strolling into the class with. Um, so the first, I learned how to work around her, and then she never knew what the fuck she was talking about. If you ask for an explanation or something, English has always been one of my weaknesses. I went to a school for engineering and mathematics for high school. English was not a huge part of the curriculum, and I didn't pay it all that much mind. I was more into the math and stuff like that, and science and engineering. So I already had a weakness. So when it came to writing papers, I was used to writing research papers that were, you know, 20 pages in high school. Whereas when I got to college, she's expecting these 2-page papers no longer than 2 pages, double spaced. Um, and I know about thesis statements and all that, so that was fine with that. And but they were narrative papers, so it was an opinion-based paper. I like this because of that, and this is the reason why. That's your thesis, and you put your reasons why, and that you're going to explain it. And then you get into your body of your paper, and then you write it. 2 pages was extremely short for me, especially I'm a wordy writer, so I had to get used to just getting straight to the point, which I eventually got pretty adept at. But I had to pretty much learn that because I never wrote papers like that in high school, and so she gave us an open topic for the third paper. I'll never forget, it was the third fucking paper, and it was an open topic, and so I wrote about my personal beliefs on interracial relationships. This fucking set the whole chain of events for the next, you know, 5 months with this crazy bitch, or 4 months. Um, Lo and behold, she was married to a white man. She's from Pasadena, California. She spoke, I don't even want to say proper because, she was, like pretty much like a fucking dick that went to college, graduated, got her master's, probably just went through and then started teaching English to make a living. Um, she could never answer a fucking question. You knocked me for this part on my paper. Can you explain to me why? What do you mean why? That was her fucking explanation for everything. What do you mean why? And that's how she spoke. It wasn't quite proper as much as it was. I'm trying to fucking sound holier than thou, and that I'm better than you. I speak more proper than you. Um, and that was her the way she acted. But when I wrote this paper, she fucking went up in arms about it. She fucking gave me an F on the paper, and she wrote on the paper, "Come see me in my office." So I went to her office to speak with her about, the grade that I received, that I got a failing mark on this paper. And I mean, she just looked for anything that she could possibly look for in order to fail me, because she's married to a white man, has biracial children. So she got really offended by this. And rather than, letting the merit of my paperwork and let me explain it, which I did, so, my paper was written correctly, and my thesis, and my reasons for not supporting it, what have you.
My thesis for my research, he said.
That's my sister. But, I wrote this paper, and then she came coming out of office, and she was so conniving, that she brought me down there to berate me about my personal opinions on something. And next thing I know, the fucking following week, she had flown her fucking son in from California.
Language.
It's a YouTube video. She had flown her fucking son in from California.
Yeah.
To sit in on the class. To throw that shit in my face. And I'm just like, wow, what the fuck can you do next? So, the end of the year begins to wrap up. And, I had finals. It was finals week. It was my last exam of the year. Oh, my second to last. I had my intro to poli sci. That was my last one. That was at 6 o'clock. But this is my last final. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was my last final. So I was just hoping to get out of there. And everybody had to take this downstairs real quick. Everybody had to. Sorry, I got dark real quick, but I had to go downstairs. Everybody had to take a folder, and you put all your papers and any written works that you had in any of the English classes, and you'd have to try and get the lighting better. Hold up. And sorry about that. You'd have to put all your papers and any type of test that you had in your English class in that folder. So if you had to say you want to go to the provost to try to get a grade changed because the professor was unwilling, you'd put it in there and turn it in at the last day of class when you take your finals. Got into class, had the folders in my hand. I had my bag with all my clothes and everything because I was going for Christmas break. Ready to go. It's been a long semester. Took my folder out, had it in my hand, was going to turn it into it when I first got in class. Went to hand it to her. She said, hold on to it. So I took it and I sat down. She told me that I had to put it away, and that if I hadn't put it away, that it would be, academic dishonesty. She'd get me for cheating. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, bitch, So I put it in my bag. Got done my final. I was the first person done my final. It was a breeze. I fucking blew through this shit. Everything was fine and fucking dandy. This conniving bitch, remember I told you she's conniving, very conniving. And yes, it's my fault. I walked out of class, forgot to turn that in. Gave her my final, still had the folder in my bag. Went down to Union Station, got on the train, came back to Baltimore, came home. I felt good. So I'm waiting for my grades to come in on Bannerweb, which was Howard's, like college board. I'm waiting for my grades to come through. The grade for her class never comes through, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Um, I mean, well, sorry. Before that, she sent her email saying I forgot to start my folder and catch it in. She said, "Oh no, don't worry about it. It'll be fine." I said, "Fine." So, uh, grades usually posted within 2 weeks. However, the end of the semester ended 5 days after I took my final. So she told me don't worry about it and everything. 2 weeks go past, almost to 2 weeks. I asked her, what was the delay in my grades. In her syllabus, she marked down that if you didn't turn that folder in, she would automatically deduct 25 points from your final grade in her course, which pretty much meant if you didn't have 100, a straight A, that you would wind up failing her course. So when she gave me the fucking grade, and she gave me a breakdown of my grades, after she told me that I had failed the course, with like a 63 or something, she, I asked her how I failed it, and she gave me a breakdown. I was passing class throughout the entire thing. Even that F on that paper didn't hurt my grades that severely. Um, but then she gave me the breakdown, and when she showed me, I looked on the bottom and saw that she took 25 points off. I went to a fucking rage. But rather than go to see the provost and everything, I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna take it as it is. A little earlier on, you can begin registering for courses. I had already pre-registered for this interdisciplinary course that she and another professor were jointly teaching. Basically, you took the two classes and you got 6 credits. I'm sorry, you got 7 or 8 credits for that rather than 3 and 6, and it would also cover 2 of my requirements, my second English requirement and one of my math requirements. So I signed up for this class. I go to her class. It was the first class that I've been going to my sophomore year. Second semester freshman year. I go into the fucking classroom. Well, not in the classroom. I'm out in the hallway waiting. I'm there 15 minutes early, like I usually had been my first semester. And I'm sitting out there waiting. She finally rolls up about 5 minutes before the class would have started. No one else was there yet. She opens the door and she had said, "Why are you here, Mr. Jones?" And I didn't think about it. I'm like, "I'm fucking registered for your course." So I sit down in the class. She lets the whole motherfucking class fill up. And she says, "Well, let me go over the attendance." Calls everybody's names. Did I not call anybody's name? Raise my hand. You didn't call my name, Professor Bremseth. She said, "Oh, how are you in my class?" I'm like, "What do you mean how am I in your class?" Very respectfully. I just told her that I had registered for a course the following semester, that I didn't have any hard feelings for the way she, handled the situation. However, if you failed 001, you cannot go to 002, which was my problem. But rather than, pull me to the side and say that, she said in front of the class, she said, "You failed my class last semester. You can't be in this class." And I was just so fucking heated. And I'm like, wow, you are one conniving, fucking manipulative, belittling. I mean, there's not enough adjectives to describe this crazy bitch. And so from that point on, I was just like, I had a fuck you attitude with her. If I saw her walking across the yard, I didn't fucking even acknowledge her fucking presence. If she would have handed me $1,000,000 fucking, I would have taken the money and just walked the fuck off. I wouldn't have said thank you. She had the nerve and the gall. In the end of my sophomore year, I'm walking across the yard one day. She's fucking pulling her little briefcase. Mr. Jones, you can say hello. Bitch, no, I can't say hello to you, you fucking whore. I mean, that's my worst fucking professor that I had in my time at Howard. I had some other, pretty bad professors, but nothing took the cake like this crazy bitch. All behind me writing a paper, which I had, like I said, I was unfamiliar with writing a narrative form paper where you just write your opinion and you don't need any concrete proof. You don't need to cite fucking you don't have to have any sources. You don't have to do an analysis of those sources, and any quotes. You just say, I didn't like interracial relationships because of this. And then you say why, and then you explain your own feeling. Um, I was not accustomed to doing that, and you know, I don't, I'm not sorry for what I wrote. It's my personal opinion, and but that's just, that's an example of professors that you can run into. They come in all shapes, sizes, colors, varying degrees of experience, and that was my worst one. So I'm hoping that y'all understand that when you go to college, rate my professor is a huge, you know, attribute to your possible success and failure. Um, and if you get a chance, if I can, I'm gonna find her on that bitch, and I'm gonna paste her fucking her reviews on here so you can see. I'm wondering if mine is still on that because I said some pretty harsh shit about that crazy bitch. Um, but yeah, let me know what you think of the video. Comment, rate, subscribe. If you have any other crazy experiences, make a video response to us. I wanna hear it. Or leave a comment, and I'm always interested in hearing people's experiences with crazy professors because they are out there. But this bitch, in my opinion, took the cake. So peace, love, and hair grease. I'm out. Appreciate y'all for listening.